What's going on, guys, and welcome to Thursday. For those that are new, I'm posting a daily video of my weekly workout routine that I'm currently doing with my coach for a whole month, pretty much, because I am dieting and I am trying to get fit and look good and scrumptious when I'm doing MMA and whooping kids' ass. So with that being said, if y'all haven't seen any of the other videos, I definitely recommend y'all go back and watch them. They are pretty entertaining. At least I think so, because I made the videos and I edit them, so be nice. But yeah, with that being said, today's Thursday. Let's get right into the video. Alright, so I'm on daddy duty today, but we're still going to work out. So for Thursday's workout, we are at arms and chest. For arms and chest, we're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exercises. Holy shit. And he also sent us a motivational video, but we don't need the motivational videos. We are fueled by 100% rage and the determination to look good while we kick someone's ass. So, let's get right into the exercises. Alrighty, y'all know how it is. We're always on a time crunch here. So, we'll set it there. Hopefully that's good enough to... No, it's under the bench. Whatever. We don't need protection anyway. If we can't lift it, we die with the weight. So, this is a bench press. We're going to be doing benching. We're going to bench. It is chest day. Y'all probably get the gist of it, and y'all probably know what a bench looks like. So, let's get into it. Yeah, if y'all haven't noticed, like my hands don't close all the way, because this is a 2-inch bar. So it's meant to like work on my grip as well. Whew. It's just I'm by myself. I'm working out alone. He's like, well, why don't you have your wife with you? You really think she'd help in a situation like this where the weights fall on me? No, I'm by myself regardless if my wife is here. So I gotta be safe. I gotta be safe and smart when it comes to lifting. Safe and smart. That way I can kind of feel it a bit more. Gonna grab the 30 and do these right here. Let's go again. Would it be easier to hold it like this? Kind of put here and just do butterflies like that. Sting like a butterfly, fly like a bee. Holy shit. Hey. Where the fuck are you going? God damn, the dude rolled. I don't know if y'all saw that. Sometimes you're just tired. Sometimes you're just tired. You don't want to put in the work. You just want to stay home, relax, chill, spend time with the family. All that normal average man bullshit. The true warriors, the true alphas, whatever you want to call it, they push past that, man. They push through that shit. No one wants to do it. No one wants to do this. That's why there's a class called average. If you want to be above that and rise above that, you got to do what most of those men are not willing to do. So you got to push past that comfort zone. You got to push back all the discomforts that you have, all the wishes and dreams of being home relaxed, and just go at it. Go at it. It's like that one quote. Like, a lot of men say they would die for their family, but how many would work out for their family? How many would be healthy for their family, go on a diet for their family, go out and run and lift weights for their family, you know? Like, my family depends on me, you know? You know, they depend on me to wake up early in the mornings, put my pants one leg at a time, and go to work and bust my ass so I can earn a paycheck, and you know, that way they're sustainable. They can have a sustainable life and all that. But What about the protecting, you know? Who's going to do the protecting in the house? You know, when a threat shows up, when someone comes trying to hurt you and your family, who's going to be the one to stand up and, you know, put themselves in harm's way for them, you know? They only have you. When something like that happens, who is your daughter going to scream for? You know, she might scream for mom, but she's hoping her dad will show up and save her from whatever situation she finds herself in. Whether it be a bully at school, whether it be some guys calling her names and stuff like that. You know, whether it be a simple cockroach on the wall and she's freaking the fuck out. You know, you have to go in there, run and be like, what's going on? And attack whatever is posing a threat to them. What's making them unhappy, you know? That's a true man's responsibility. To protect and preserve the happiness of the house. You know, you got to be strong. You got to be fearless. You know, even if you're afraid, you have to act fearless. You know, there's a lot of things I don't like that I fear at times, but I'm not afraid. No one else is going to know that I'm afraid. Only you know that. So you got to know how to turn that fear into something else. You know, turn that fear into encouragement. Like, you know, you got to. You have to be able to do that. You know, not the average man. Most average men can't do that. Yeah, they say, oh yeah, I'll die for my family. But how easy is that? How easy is a quick death, really? You know? Some people won't even do it. Some people won't. No, I couldn't kill for my family. You know, like those women that, no, I couldn't kill for my son and all that. Or I couldn't kill for my baby. I would commit genocide for my fucking family. All right, so different mentalities. Different mentalities. Well, shit, that was real. Holy crap. I didn't mean to attack y'all like that or go off on y'all. But it's definitely something y'all need to think about, you know? You know, when my daughter's in a tight spot, when she's in a pickle, she yells for me. You know, she doesn't yell for my wife. She yells for me. So I gotta show up and be ready, you know? Now, anyways, for the next exercise, we finally start getting into the good stuff, some arms. Chest is lovely. I would like a nice chest, but I want some big arms. So let's get to work. I gotta be careful with my arms, because yesterday when we were wrestling, the reason I didn't stay for that extra class, my arms were like on fire. I don't know if I pulled something. I don't know if it was Ryuma that got me. I don't know what it was, but like halfway through class, like my arms just started to burn up. Like that sucked. My wife had to drive us home, had to drive me home. Like it burned to like even pick up the baby. So I hopped in the shower, took a hot bath, and it helped relax the muscles. But doing these right here, I kind of started feeling it again. So we'll see. We either do 4 sets of 10 or 4 sets of 8. But I ain't going to pussy out. I ain't going to wuss out. Like if I could do all 10, we're going to do all 10. Oh, she's teasing me with water. My daughter's teasing me with water. Where's that chocolate? Ooh, what the hell is she doing? She playing a dangerous game right now because I'm on a strict diet. Can't be breaking the diet. What is that? ¿Qué tienes? ¿Qué es? My fat ass. It's not even chocolate. It's a fucking toy.
Es para ti.
¿Es para mí?
Sí.
Wow, gracias. It's for me, guys. Hell yeah. I got some princess stickers.
Sí, Marco para ti. Mira. Mano, ya para ti.
Ten, princesa basura. That's my right hand right there. Don't fuck with her. I'm her dad. I'll do whatever to protect her, to keep her happy. Future boyfriend or husband or whatever. Don't fuck up, man. Don't fuck up, because I'll fuck you up. All right, let's get back into this now that I've threatened my future son-in-law. All right, so now we're going to be doing our MMA class from 6 to 7. We are still working on our nonverbal cues. So same thing as last time, if y'all haven't been here, is pretty much I just show a pad and you have to throw the punch corresponding to that pad, you know, whether it be a jab, cross, lead hook, rear hook, uppercuts, you know, whatever it is I'm showing, you pretty much have to read and react as quick as you can. This partner I had here with me, pretty dope, pretty cool partner. You know, he definitely pushed me to my limits, you know, didn't give me much of a rest and all that. But we'll get to it. Y'all see how much of a badass of a pad holder he was. Here you already can see it by rushing me and all that stuff. You know, we weren't supposed to do that stuff, but, you know, he'd rush me and tell me to push him off and stuff like that. You know, so pretty cool. Him adding a little bit of his own twist and all that stuff makes a great pad work partner. You know, it beats rather just standing there and showing pads and just staying in the same spot and all that. No, he kept me moving. He kept pushing me, rushing me, trying to keep that pressure on me. Here, coach is criticizing my my left kick here, my switch kick, because it's ass. What can I say? It is booty cheeks. I cannot get my hip to rotate. I blame it on my age. I am 24 years old. I'm practically ancient and old as fuck. So I'm gonna blame it on that. I'm old and rusty. I don't have that you know, that movement. Here he is again. He sees me lowering my my hands every once in a while, so he'll throw a different punch at me, you know, something we weren't practicing at the time, but he'd throw a punch so I can defend it, you know, try to keep my hands up and all that stuff. You know, so here we are, still working on our kicks, still working on our nonverbal cues. This is what helped me realize, like, holy crap, like, he has a point. Like, right there, I got tired, and I immediately just, like, put my hands down. I bend over, trying to, you know, get some air, trying to recover and all that. And he, you know, he pushed me. You know, he kept simulating, like, right there again. He's simulating, you know, throwing punches and all that stuff. And it really opened my eyes to, like, holy crap, like, this is what would happen in a real world situation, you know. Like, if I'm gassed out, I just need to learn how to keep my hands up and just, like, move away from the threat rather than, you know, put my hands down and try to rest and all that stuff. So it opened my eyes to, like, I need to do better at that, you know. I don't know why he was holding his pads down low like that. He probably thought I needed some assistance, which I did. But yeah, so him, like, you know, punching me and, like, throwing punches while I'm gassed out and all that stuff really kind of helped me realize that, you know, like, I need to work on my cardio first of all, and I just need to keep my hands up. I need to stay in the fight even if I'm tired, you know, just move around, maneuver, try to, you know, create openings and, you know, get away and all that stuff. Here we're towards the end of the workout. I'm already gassed out, so I took off my gloves and just, you know, did the final power kicks. All right, guys, so we weren't able to stay for the second class again because the exact same thing happened for whatever reason. Once we're, like, halfway through class, my arms start to, like, fire up and they feel like they're burning, and, like, it gets to the point where, like, I can barely lift them and, like, I'm starting to, like, half-ass the punches and all that stuff. So I do push through. Because, you know, you can't be a wuss in the middle of the class and just walk out and be like, no, I'm done for the day. I'm hurt. Bye. You can't be like that. You got to push through it. You got to finish at least the class, you know. And from there, you'll dictate whether you go to the second or not. I dictated and I said no. We weren't able to do the second class because my arms are firing up. But warm baths are helping to, like, soothe the pain and, like, help the muscles relax. So I don't know. Maybe they just need a bit of rest, which is pretty gay, but whatever. I'm gonna give my body these next couple days to relax because today is the last day of MMA for the week. So with that being said, we are not done with the workouts though, so stay tuned and I'll see y'all tomorrow.